Have you ever noticed how some people's favorite pastime is talking about other people? It's almost like a sport, you know? They gather in little circles, whispering and pointing fingers. They share gossip like it's breaking news, and they seem to get a little jolt of energy from it. But let's be honest, what kind of energy is that? It's a cheap thrill, like eating junk food. It might feel good for a second, but afterward, you just feel kind of gross. This whole cycle of negativity, of tearing others down to feel a little bit taller, is a trap. It doesn't build anything real, it just creates an echo chamber where the only sound is the hollow noise of judgment. Think about it. When you spend your time focused on someone else's life, what are you not doing? You're not working on your own goals, you're not learning a new skill, you're not making a friend or having a real genuine laugh. You are literally pausing your own movie to watch a grainy, pirated version of someone else's. And for what? A fleeting sense of superiority. That feeling is the most temporary high you can get. The moment you walk away, the emptiness rushes right back in, and you need another fix, another piece of gossip, another person to put down. It's an exhausting, never-ending cycle that leaves you with nothing but a bitter taste. This behavior is a distraction from the real work of living. Life is complicated enough without adding the unnecessary weight of someone else's drama. When we choose to engage in gossip or spread rumors, we are choosing to invest our most valuable resource, our time, into something that gives us zero positive returns. It's like putting your money into a company that you know is going to fail. Why would you do that? Your energy is your currency. Spend it wisely. Spend it on things that will make you richer in spirit, not poorer in character. The people who are truly winning are too busy building their own empires to be throwing stones at others. So, let's make a pact to step out of that echo chamber. Let's decide that our conversations will be about ideas, not insults. Let's talk about dreams, not dramas. When you hear that whisper start, be the one to change the subject. Be the one to walk away. It's not about being self-righteous. It's about self-preservation. You are protecting your own peace. You are guarding your own positive energy from the thieves who want to steal it for a quick, meaningless buzz. True strength isn't found in pointing out someone else's flaws. It's found in having the courage to focus on your own beautiful, messy, wonderful journey. Now, let's talk about the heavier stuff. Jealousy, racism, and pure, unadulterated hate. These are not just bad vibes, they are poisons. And here's the crazy part. The person who drinks the poison is the one who gets sick. When you carry hate in your heart for someone else, who is the one feeling that weight all day? It's you. That anger sits in your stomach. That resentment clouds your thoughts. The person you hate is probably out there living their life, maybe eating a delicious sandwich, completely unaware of the turmoil you're putting yourself through. You are essentially a prisoner in a jail of your own making, and you are the only one holding the key. Hate requires an incredible amount of energy. Think of the effort it takes to despise someone because of their skin color, their religion, or where their parents came from. You have to constantly be on guard, looking for reasons to justify your prejudice. You have to build walls inside your own mind to keep your worldview from collapsing. It is a full-time job with terrible benefits. The salary is misery, the pension is loneliness, and there are no vacation days. You are hurting yourself far more than you are hurting the object of your hate. It's like trying to burn down someone else's house, but you're the one trapped inside. This self-inflicted damage is real. It affects your mental health, your physical well-being, and your ability to experience joy. How can you appreciate a beautiful sunset when your mind is consumed with ugly thoughts? How can you form a genuine connection with another human being when your heart is closed off by suspicion and contempt? People who live in a state of constant jealousy or racial animosity are robbing themselves of the richness of the human experience. They are choosing to see the world in black and white when it is bursting with vibrant, beautiful color. They are willingly choosing a smaller, sadder life. Ultimately, holding on to hate is an act of self-harm. You are punishing yourself for the perceived sins of others. Letting go of that hate is not a gift to the other person. It is a gift to yourself. It is an act of liberation. It's you deciding that you deserve to be free. You deserve peace. You deserve to use your precious energy to build a life filled with love, laughter, and connection, not one defined by bitterness and division. The most powerful rebellion against a world that sometimes encourages division is to choose peace within your own heart. That is a revolution that starts with you. Some people think they are masters of disguise. They put on a mask every morning, pretending to be someone they're not. They might act tough when they're scared, or pretend to be happy when they're miserable. They might agree with a hateful joke in one group and then pretend to be an ally in another. They believe they are playing the game, fooling everyone around them. But here is a secret that isn't really a secret. We can all see it. People are not as easily fooled as you might think. That insecurity, that need to fit in, at any cost, shines through the cracks of the mask far more brightly than they realize. This performance is exhausting. Imagine having to remember which lies you told to which people. Imagine policing your every word and action to maintain a character that isn't even you. It's like being an actor in a play that never ends, and you forgot all your lines. The constant fear of being found out creates a deep and persistent anxiety. You can never truly relax. You can never form a real bond with anyone because you're not letting them meet the real you. You're just introducing them to your representative, a carefully crafted avatar that has no heart and no soul. What a lonely way to live. Authenticity, on the other hand, is a superpower. When you are true to yourself, you don't have to remember anything, you just have to be. There is an undeniable power in someone who is comfortable in their own skin, flaws and all. They radiate a quiet confidence that is magnetic. People are drawn to what is real. We crave genuine connection. When you hide your true feelings, or pretend to be someone else to gain approval, you are denying others the chance to know and love the real you. And more importantly, you are denying yourself the chance to be truly seen and accepted. So, let the mask fall. It's heavy anyway. Being your authentic self is the ultimate act of courage. Yes, some people might not like the real you, and that is okay. Those are not your people. The ones who stick around, the ones who appreciate your quirks, your passions, and even your vulnerabilities. Those are your tribe. They are the ones who will celebrate your victories and support you in your struggles. Hiding yourself away might protect you from some judgment, but it also shields you from true love and real friendship. It's a trade-off that is never, ever worth it. Let's look at the people who actively spread lies and create division. You know, the internet trolls, the schoolyard bullies, the people who invent stories just to ruin someone's reputation. They might feel powerful in that moment, watching the chaos they've created. They get a rush from the attention, a thrill from having an impact, even if it's a negative one. But what happens when the computer is turned off? What happens when they go home at the end of the day? They are left alone with themselves. And honestly, that is a very miserable place to be. The negativity they put out into the world doesn't just disappear, it seeps back into their own lives. These individuals are architects, but they are only capable of building one thing: their own prison of misery. Every lie they tell is a brick in the wall. Every cruel comment is another bar on the window. They surround themselves with the ugliness they create, and then they wonder why their life feels so bleak. They drive away potential friends, they destroy trust, and they cultivate an environment of suspicion around them. They end up isolated, stewing in the very poison they tried to inflict on others. It's a classic case of karma, but you don't have to believe in mysticism to see it. It's simple cause and effect. Think about the happiest, most successful people you know. Are they spending their days tearing others down online? Are they consumed with plotting someone else's downfall? Of course not. They are too busy. They are busy learning, creating, loving, and growing. They are building bridges, not walls. The people who focus on spreading hate and lies are often those who feel a deep lack within themselves. They feel powerless, so they try to take power from others. They feel unseen, so they scream for attention in the most destructive ways possible. Their cruelty is not a sign of their strength, but a glaring advertisement of their own inner pain. Now, this is not to say we should pity them, but we should understand the dynamic. Their actions are a reflection of their own internal state, not a reflection of your worth. When you are the target of this kind of behavior, remember that you are just a screen onto which they are projecting their own misery. The most powerful thing you can do is refuse to let their darkness dim your light. Do not engage. Do not sink to their level. Your happiness, your success, and your peace are the things they can't stand. So, live well. That is the best response. Let them sit in the miserable house they built for themselves. Despite all this talk of negativity, here is the most important truth. The world is overwhelmingly full of good people. In every city, in every country, in every community, there are kind, compassionate, and decent human beings. They exist across all races, all religions, and all backgrounds. They are the people who hold the door for a stranger, who offer a smile, who listen when a friend is hurting. They are the quiet majority. The problem is, negativity is loud, hate loves a microphone, but kindness works in silence, building and strengthening the foundation of our society every single day. Don't let the volume of the few drown out the goodness of the many. We have a choice. We can either let the empty vessels, the loud and hateful few, define our world, or we can amplify the voices of kindness and unity. This is where we find our power. When we stand together, when we support each other, and when we call out bad behavior, we create a culture where hate cannot thrive. It's like turning on the lights in a dark room. The darkness doesn't fight back, it simply disappears. Our collective positivity, our unity, is that light. It exposes the pettiness of gossip and the absurdity of prejudice for what they are, weaknesses. So be an agent of that light. When you see someone being treated unfairly, stand with them. You don't have to be a superhero, you just have to be a friend. A simple, "Hey, that's not cool," can be more powerful than you can imagine. When you hear gossip, refuse to pass it on. When you see a friend succeeding, celebrate with them instead of feeling jealous. Every time you choose connection over division, you are casting a vote for a better world. You are adding your light to the collective glow, making it brighter for everyone. This is how we build a community that is resilient, supportive, and strong. Stay true to who you are. Nurture your own happiness. Be aware of the traps of negativity, but don't let them consume your focus. Your life is your story, so make it a good one. Fill it with chapters of friendship, learning, laughter, and love. Surround yourself with people who lift you up, and be a person who lifts others. Together, our lights are bright enough to banish any shadow. The future is not something that happens to us, it is something we build together. One kind act, one brave voice, and one open heart at a time. Let's get to work.